3 weeks, maybe. What's up YouTube people, it is Maxine here, and for today's video I wanted to do a playlist live recap. I know you all got to see the vlogs and everything, but there were certain things that I was so in the moment that I really didn't explain or really talk about, so I thought I would just kind of condense everything down a bit and just give you a recap of things that happened at Playlist Live that really stick out in my memory and that were a big deal to me. So some of the biggest highlights of going to Playlist Live revolves around meeting YouTubers. So the first YouTuber that I'm going to talk about is Smoothie. After his panel, he kind of hung around a bit and was meeting people. So I just decided, hey, I'm gonna get in that group of people, get to meet him. And basically what happened was right before it was my turn to kind of get to meet him and everything, the person that was in charge of like this section of the event was like, hey Susie, you're gonna have to go outside if you want to continue to meet people because we need to bring on the next panel and everything. So my mindset is I'm not gonna like push my way up in there to meet him. I'm gonna be like, alright, I respect that. But then he looks directly at me and he goes, come here, which was so crazy, and I got to vlog with him, which you might have seen, but I'll insert it right here so you can see that if you didn't.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey girl. What's your name?
Maxine.
Maxine, picture time?
Well, I'm vlogging actually.
Is this video? Are you sure? Are you rolling right now? Do you see the red light?
You're good. Yes.
Professional.
Yes.
Hello, what's your channel?
Maxine Powell.
Maxine Powell. Listen,
Yes.
if you're watching this, unsubscribe to me and subscribe to her right now. This is going to the internet, right?
Yeah, of course.
For real?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to put ads on this?
Maybe.
Do I get like some of that YouTube money, girl? Okay.
All of it.
Call
all
me
the
later,
cents,
tweet
all the
me.
2 cents I get, you can have it.
We'll work out the logistics and tweet me. Awesome. Thanks for
right.
watching.
Thank you.
See you guys.
So yeah, that happened. The second person that I want to talk about is Connor Franta, because if you know me, then you'll know that I'm a huge Connor Franta lover. That sounds weird. I enjoy his work and his videos, and I've been subscribed to him for years. I got him for my meetup group. So I got up there to meet Connor Franta. He gave me a hug and I gave him my paper for him to sign. While he was signing that, I basically ended up telling him that I really appreciate his content and that I've been watching his videos for years, and that him and Grace Ann Parks introduced me to this whole other side of YouTube that I didn't know existed. After he finished signing that, he looks at me and he goes, wow, you really have been watching my videos for a long time. Thank you so much for sticking around. And we took a picture together, and right before I went to leave, he gave me a second hug, and then I went to walk off and he said, I'll be sure to tell Grace Ann that you said hi. So that was really cool that I actually had a genuine experience with him. So the next YouTuber that I had the opportunity of meeting was Megan Camarena from Strawberry 17. I actually stopped by her merch booth and I saw that Abby, Lena, and Nez were kind of working the booth and everything, which if you don't know who they are, they actually work for Megan on the Strawberry 17 channel. I recognized who they were, so after talking with them for a while, I went ahead and I walked off. And then Sunday came around and I had gotten a tweet sent to my phone from Strawberry 17 basically saying that they were closing down their merch booth and to stop by. So I get over there and Megan is actually standing there doing a meetup. So I was like, oh sweet, I'll get to meet Megan, that's awesome. Got to talk to her for a couple minutes, and then Abby, the girl who I was originally talking to the day before, she remembered me and she told me to come on over. She was like, hey, we remembered you from yesterday, you're really sweet and we appreciated getting to talk to you and everything, and so we want to give you this. This is what they gave me, and I know it looks funny, but it was part of their merch booth setup and I actually had all of them sign it. So that was a really awesome experience. Now, out of all the bigger YouTubers that I met, this next thing was my top experience. No words are coming out of my mouth properly right now. So me and a couple of my YouTube friends, we were walking around on business day and we happened to see Nikki and Sammy walking around. If you don't know this, I've been watching their YouTube channel since like the beginnings of it. So we were just casually having a conversation with them, and then I was just like, okay, I should probably say something about that I've been watching their channel for a long time, because they always comment back anytime that I comment on their videos. I was like, yeah, I don't know if you'll like recognize my name or anything, but I'm Maxine Powell on YouTube. They went from having a normal conversation with us to, oh my gosh, come here, give me a hug. And I was just like, hold on a second, like, I gotta process this. Like, you recognize my name on YouTube. And Sammy then goes, you're the girl with the green icon, right? I was like, yeah. So that was definitely, like, really insane for me, because I was just like, hey, I don't think they're gonna know who I am, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. It was definitely one of the coolest experiences of the entire event of Playlist Live. So the next crazy thing that happened was going to Universal Studios Sunday night. After the park closed, they were reopening it just for 500 of us, I think, and there was no lines for anything. My sister Jackie, we were actually able to snag her a wristband to go into the park and everything. She wanted to dance, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to dance. They had a DJ thing going on. Nobody was really dancing or anything. So I was like, all right, Jackie. And the moment we start dancing, all of a sudden these girls come running over, and then this group of guys come over and they start dancing, and Jackie is in the center, like, getting her groove on and everything, and then all of a sudden this other guy goes to the center and he's dancing, and I realized it was Luke Corns, and Mikey Murphy is just, like, standing off to the side dancing as well. I don't know what ended up happening, but everybody kind of dispersed and went their own way, and me and Jackie and this other girl that we had met, we were all three just dancing around, and I see this group of, like, 3 girls in the back just kind of, like, goofing around dancing, and all of a sudden I started to get down dancing, and I hear a girl say, dang girl. So I was just like, hey, come on over, and it turned out to be Tila Dunn and Maddie Bragg. So that was another cool experience. The next thing that I'm going to talk about had the biggest impact in my life, and that was meeting all of my YouTube friends. I got to spend this whole trip of Playlist Live with some of my closest friends. I just want to go ahead and put all my YouTube friends' pictures here that I got to meet, and if one of you is not on the screen right now, don't blame me, blame future Maxine editing this video. Now, with all this being said, it was also the worst experience. And I know that's like a, what is she about to say about us? What's she gonna say? No, I mean, it was the worst experience in the sense that when I left, I had so much trouble saying goodbye. If you know me, you will know that I've moved 10 times in my life. Goodbye is always constant in my life, and it's so easy for me to say goodbye. I'm just kind of used to it by now, but that was 100% the hardest goodbye that I've ever had to make in my life. And I was like, oh, I'm not gonna cry, whatever, people are being ridiculous. The next day after I got home, I was on a FaceTime with Dale, and we're talking, and I just started crying. It was really hard to leave the reality that I wanted in my life to come back to a place where I don't have friends, and not knowing when I'm going to see these people again, I think was like the icing on this like cake that I was crying over. If any of you are watching, you all have had the best impact in my life. So that was my Playlist Live recap experience. I do want to say that next week should be a collab video, so look forward to that.